Good morning, guys. It depends on like where you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, top of the hour, or whatever you call it. It's me again, Dylan. Well, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Still sticking it out with me, despite I haven't posted anything recently. I have been busy. Here's a couple of updates. That's why I'm posting this video. I have a new role. I still work for the same company, but I have a new role now. I am now the Network Operations Center Manager. Yay! Yeah. So apparently I'm the manager. So I think that's a good progression. Since pretty much I've been, managing a team of engineers, doing support and helping out with hiring and sometimes firing, which I hate, and making improvements in terms of how we provide timely and solutions that make sense for our customers. But anyway, so that's just a quick update as far as work is concerned, which would mean I would need to be in the office more often. If you're a regular, you probably know I don't know if you've seen this in a couple of videos, but I usually, most of the week, I work from home. But now with this new position, I would have to go to work. I would have to be there, or else it's a bit challenging to manage a team if you're not physically there. It's like you don't see Elon Musk managing Tesla or SpaceX or Solar City at the comfort of his home, right? Like his office is actually in the middle of the factory. But I'm not gonna be like Elon Musk, where he actually sleeps at work. Though I have done that once. Well, not because of work. I've done it in a previous job. Let's just put it that way. When I've worked like almost more than, 16 hours to 18 hours, and the only thing you had to do was like sleep and anything. Yeah. Anyway, that's past is past, and oh my gosh, I need to cover that bit. Another update as far as the CCIE exam is concerned. Tail end, waiting for the boot camp coming up with Narvik. So looking forward to that. Come last week of July till August. So it's all good. Just tweaking bits and pieces. Particularly now, if last year I was struggling with T-shoot, now I think it's more of config, in my own opinion. And this week, it's a short week here in Australia because we're celebrating Anzac Day, public holiday Wednesday. And right after that, I'll be in Cisco, Brisbane. We'll be attending a training for if you're not familiar with what's going on in IT, SD-WAN, particularly with SD-WAN, Cisco, I think last year, acquired Viptela, which I kind of feel that they're gonna, no, Cisco being Cisco, I think they're done already in terms of coming up with original solution, and instead of doing their own R&D, they just start acquiring companies and improving them. So that's what they did with Viptela, and yeah, a really nice solution. So I'll be attending a 2-day course in Brisbane, sponsored by Cisco. Thank you so much. So that's my Thursday and Friday, and yeah, that's it. So what do I want to talk to you about today? It's story time. So this is where do I begin? I begin with something that happened at work. I'm not gonna tell you if it's in this company or a previous company. Somebody once asked me, Dylan, this customer their site is down, and normally before I answer a question, and I would recommend this to you guys if you're into support and you want to escalate something to your, I don't know, to your senior and to your boss. I understand if you're, if you've just been with a company for, like, if it's like your first week or your I don't know, first month maybe. If you ask something, make sure you have something. What do I mean by that? Like in this scenario, somebody asked me, Dylan, this customer is down, and that's all I got, and I couldn't and he said I couldn't reach it, and I said, so, well, what have you done so far? Because my style is, I don't like spoon feeding. Like, yes, during training, of course, I'm gonna give you everything, and then it's your responsibility, like, to take down notes and all that. But once you're in the thick of things, let's say you've been with a company for how many months already, my expectation is before you approach me, you should give me, or you should at least be able to answer like some basic questions that I will ask you. And one of them is, what have you done from your end? Like, what have you, like, how did you know? What are the troubleshooting steps that you have actually performed from your end? And he said, I did a ping. Okay, what else have you done? I did an ARP. Okay. The reason I'm asking those things is because in a way I'm familiar with the customer. So the customer would typically have a primary and a failover, and they wouldn't. It's a big customer. So let's just put it that way. So I'm like, okay, so you can't reach the site, right? So what else have you done? Oh, no. Before that, here's the important bit why I'm telling you the story. He said, I've done everything. Okay. So the moment, yeah, because since they probably know, the guys know that before they approach me, they should be, like, I've instilled upon them that before you ask me any questions, specifically if you're at this stage now that you've been with a company, be ready to answer questions such as such and such. So I think that was what he was thinking. That's why he said, I've done everything. And I'm like, then I asked a question, so what exactly have you done? And he said, well, yeah, I did a ping and an ARP. And I'm like, no, you haven't. You haven't done everything, because you haven't checked if you haven't. Did you study, like, did you understand their solution? Did you know, like, there were actually 2 routers on site, there were actually 2 links? Have you even tried, if you have tried everything, then you would have figured out that there's actually another link leading back to the same site, then you could have, you can access the failover, or else they would have been down. Like, the entire site would have been down, right? So you can access the failover solution and try to reach the router from the LAN. And he said, "You're brilliant." Well, of course I want to say yeah. No, just kidding. But here's my point here, guys. Regardless of, I know it's easier said than done. It's just like what Tony Robbins did mention in one of his, motivational videos. You do not just give up. Like in anything that you wanna solve in your life, or problems that you face, before you say the words "I've tried everything," like, since I'm big on the certification, you know that, right? So I also been hearing people saying, this CCNA, this CCMP, this Cisco stuff, it's all hard. I've tried everything and I'm not learning it. And I'm like, so normally I would ask the question, so what exactly have you done? I've watched videos. So what else? That's it. And because you watch videos, but what do you want to achieve? Well, I want to be a great network engineer. So what do you think you should do to become a network engineer, or become a system admin, or achieve your dream? And he said, well, I need to learn this stuff, but it's hard. Well, nothing is easy. Like, I've been saying this for forever. Nobody wakes up, you don't just wake up and become amazing, right? The mere fact that I'm still studying for my CCIE, the mere fact that I'm still, it's been a year, almost exactly a year, since I did my first attempt for the CCIE lab, right? I took my CCIE lab like around May last year, 2017, and I'm still studying and I'm still prepping, because it's a massive thing, it's a massive undertaking, and this is just routing and switching. We're not even talking about security. We're not even talking about service provider. And in this instance, we're just talking about a service that's currently down. And for somebody to say, I've done everything, no. That's not everything yet. Right? But to be fair, I did tell him, this is how we normally. So I would suggest you go back to the system and try to figure out if that was indeed what they only have. They only have like a system, only have a single link, and the story goes. So that's my point. So find out what it takes. Find out what it takes to, if you really want to achieve something. If you want to become, regardless if you want to become, I don't know, a manager, or a network engineer, senior engineer, or just freaking getting into IT in general, you need to start asking yourself these questions. What does it take? What does it take to get it? And jot down a list of the things that you should do in order for you to get it, before and at the end of the list. Leave space for a couple of, leave spaces for if you have an idea like what you haven't tried. Then the end of the list, once you've exhausted everything, you can say, I've done everything. But there's just no one way or two way of doing things. So with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. This is just a short video because I miss you guys, and just giving you an update and some good vibe to spread the word. And remember guys, as I've always, keep on studying, be a life learner. It's so worth it. Thank you and have a good day guys.